Let's have a property tour, shall we? Bryan Lebo here, and this is one of the most incredible homes that we have ever featured on this channel. I am so excited to show you this. There is so much to unpack. So today we are up in Ascaya, and this is Lauren's home. So they've been around since 1994. They've built almost about 100 custom homes. And I had the opportunity to meet with the owner and walk this property, and I'm very excited to show off some of these features because this house, the craftsmanship, the design, some of these things I'm gonna show you we've never seen before. So like we normally do, we're gonna start off in the kitchen. But can you call this a kitchen? This is incredible. Arguably the greatest kitchen because this is just open with everything else. So I would say that we normally start with the island, but in case you haven't looked around, there's actually 3 separate islands comprising this kitchen space. Absolutely incredible. So first, if we look up, I would say, look at the pendant lights over the island. I don't know if these constitute pendant lights because these are more like chandeliers. The volume of this space is incredible. Beautiful, beautiful illumination. Our counter surface, we have a beautiful leathered quartzite counter surface running for all the counter surfaces in the kitchen area. One function that is incredible, I shouldn't say it's a function, more of a feature. Normally, if you ever were to look underneath a kitchen island and see the counter surface, if you ever look at the B-roll that I have when you see underneath where the bar stools are, every fabrication you typically see has particle board underneath and a little bit of a wrap for the return on the fabrication for the edge profile. Here, the underside of all of these islands are corrugated steel. Absolutely wonderful. Attention to detail that you would never, ever notice. But now let's come down and intersect these 2 islands. One of the things that I want to discuss is by code, whenever you have an island, you have to have electrical. So this is done a variety of ways. A lot of times you'll see it on the edge of the island. If you're lucky, sometimes we've shown you where there's pop-up electricals. That's a really neat one. That was in 2 videos ago. But here, more bespoke. So here, all of the electrical outlets have these little caps. They're rounded. They're very bespoke, very lovely, very concealed, very hidden. A lot of little treasure troves of features. Now, real quick, pivoting to this island, again, you can see the design that went into this fabrication is incredible, but underneath here, this is completely wrapped in marble, and this is the same marble from the island that you're going to see in the bar area. Just incredible. So coming down here a little bit farther, so many features to unpack. In the middle of the island here, we have a Wolf warming drawer, very, very lovely. Coming down a little bit farther, over here we have one of our trash receptacles, which is incredible. Just wonderful and functional. Plenty and plenty of space. But now let's talk about this area. So all of the cabinetry, all of this is beautiful walnut cabinetry. We have this custom knurled hardware for all the pulls. Once again, we still have that leathered quartzite, incredible. And then we have our professional grade Wolf 60-inch stove. And of course we have our matching 60-inch ventilation hood. Now, one of those hot topics we always have, guys, how happy are you? We have a pot filler. Now, you know I've poo-pooed this. It only saves you 1 step back and forth. In this application, this makes a lot of sense because the sink is pretty far away. So I'm with you on the pot filler here. Again, more counter surface space, that's wonderful. Now we're gonna come back down this area and work our way back towards this direction. So this is an incredible area. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the sink. This is my absolute favorite sink. This is a 4-foot long gallery sink, very modular with all the pieces, beautiful integration. I love it. And then of course, behind me, we have an undermount Kohler sink that's 3 feet. So your typical sink. Beautiful, beautiful picture wall so we can look out into the Sprite Zen garden, which we will discuss. I know that doesn't make much sense, but we'll explain that later. You know it's that time of the show, right? We're at $8 million. We better have 2 dishwashers, right? Well, guys, I'm happy to tell you, yes, we have 2 dishwashers. One here, one here. We have absolute perfect symmetry. We do have another pull-out trash receptacle here. And we have a Wolf built-in microwave. I gotta hit you with the ooh ah. Ooh, ah. Now, sometimes you're kind of wondering why is a microwave below the counter surface instead of, at eye level. If you do have children, the worst thing that you can imagine is to have your kid pull out a hot bowl of something in an upper area and then accidentally spill it. Now you're gonna spend the night in the hospital. So here, it's a little bit more for safety precaution measures. So thank you for thinking ahead. Now over here, beautiful fabrication. So over here we have our dual 36-inch refrigeration by Sub-Z. So we have a freezer on the left, refrigeration on the right. Absolutely wonderful. Now let's come down this area over to like the butler pantry a little bit. All these lights are actually motion activated. So I guess if you give it a second, it'll come on, or maybe I'll turn it off. Now, this is a wonderful spot. Over here, we have a little breakfast bar area. And once again, attention to detail. Instead of just plopping in an electrical outlet, we have this beautiful bespoke and fabricated circular electrical outlet. Very nice. And if you have an appliance that you want to put there, perfectly hidden. Going a little bit farther, we do have a singular Wolf built-in oven, and which I love if you're health conscious, we do have a steam function oven below it. So plenty of options, plenty of options. And what I love, here we have our built-in Wolf espresso maker, just fantastic. Now, if we come into the pantry area a little bit farther, this is your pantry. It's hidden, it's concealed, but yet still open. Plenty of room for your cans and all that. One of the things that I just love, this is your appliance garage. So even your appliances have a garage in this home. And of course, behind me, this is actually the brains of the entire home. This is the AV room. The entire home is set up on a Crestron system. So all the components, all the HVAC, everything is there for you and integrated into the system. I'll show you a couple of panels later. All right, now that we have seen this kitchen area, now we're gonna walk over in this direction because this is the bar area, even though it's all one area. Absolutely love it. So once again, we have our pendant lights that are chandeliers. This is sensational. So now we actually have our obligatory waterfall island, but this is pure marble, absolutely sensational. Again, we have that corrugated steel underneath, so absolutely wonderful. Now let's check out this portion. So I love symmetry, and there's so much symmetry in this house. So on both sides, we have refrigeration by Sub-Z. So 120 bottles on the left, 120 bottles on the right. Keep them regulated as you will. Now, this is beautiful. Even here, we have bronzed smoke glass, if you watch those Blue Heron videos. Beautiful, beautiful accent wall. Again, more of the inclusion of that beautiful walnut, more marble. Wonderful, wonderful. Now let's come down this direction. So again, we have our hidden electrical outlets that we showed you before with the covers. Over here, we have our ice maker. We have, I believe this is the trash function. Really, really neat. Now, we have 2 dishwashers for $8 million. That's cool. What about 3 dishwashers? You can make an argument that it's 4, because this is the Fisher Paykel. I had one of these years ago. Love these. So these are single drawer dishwashers. So here there's 2. So you could make an argument that we have 4 dishwashers in this property. We also have, because this is a wet bar, we also have our undermount Kohler sink. And one of a neat little accoutrement is we even have a bottle washer. So, let's say you have a soiree and you have a bespoke bartender here, he can use the bottle washer for all the glasses. Kind of nice. Coming down here even more, just gorgeous book matched marble. You can see we have a pocket slider for this bar area. So on a perfect day when you're entertaining, you can have 4 people seated at the bar. You can pass drinks through. It is a pocket, and it's even on a pencil track. So really, really neat. We do have refrigeration for some alcoholic beverages. But now this is cool. 2 things. One, the entire house I love. All the lighting is Lutron, along with the shades. A lot of the drop shades are automated, but all the light switches are all back illuminated and labeled, so that way you know exactly what function it works for. Love that, love that. But this is cool. Remember earlier when I was talking about the electrical outlets and I alluded to the fact that sometimes you see a pop-up one like we did 2 videos ago. This is next level. This is the only one, but over here, you press this and electronically, another additional electrical outlet pops up above the counter surface. Really, really cool. All right, now that we've seen the kitchen and the bar, Let's come down here a little bit. So over here, again, I'm sorry, it's very windy today, so we've got everything closed up, so enjoy that B-roll. We have a 27-foot slider that brings us to that indoor-outdoor living that we love so much. You can even see the tongue and groove ceiling for the patio cover that is covering around a lot of this home. It's just very, very, very beautiful. Now let's talk about this media wall, because this media wall is just absolutely gorgeous. We do have surround sound in this entire area, and we have subwoofers that are built into the wall, so you don't have unsightly boxes just hanging out. Now over here, more walnut, and this is a beautiful artistic interpretation that goes all the way up. All the ceilings are 16 feet high in all these main spaces. And then of course the media wall itself. This is a beautiful book matched marble media wall. I believe there's 8 slabs to create this. Incredible. We do have a heat and glow gas fireplace, changing colors for you, beautiful. 85-inch television, absolutely sensational, sensational area. And this is exactly what you see in the sightline when you come through the front door. Now let's talk about this area in the dining area. So very beautiful, very minimal. Again, I apologize, we have to keep everything closed due to the wind, but this is what I called the Sprite Garden. So this accent wall that goes to outside, this is silver travertine. And once again, the ceiling for this patio area is that tongue and groove feature. Absolutely beautiful. We have a lemon tree and a lime tree, so that's why you get the Sprite. 27-foot slider, absolutely incredible. And we have mature landscaping. So even though it is windy, it does block a little bit of it, and it provides a lot of privacy. All right, now that we have seen this area, let's go back and let's start to check out some of the secondary bedrooms. Now, as we're gonna walk, let's talk about some of the flooring. The main floor of this entire home is comprised of 3-foot Italian imported porcelain. So absolutely beautiful, modern, minimal, elegant, whatever adjective you want to add to that. Incredible. Now, this is the main hallway that we started off the video. This is actually 10 feet wide. The ceilings are 16 feet tall. And we have, oh God, here it comes. I've been practicing this like 20 times. We have, what is this? What is it again? Clear story windows. So this is a really unique feature. Only a few builders have done this. So you'll notice up to the ceiling throughout the entire main areas, including this hallway, are these beautiful windows. If you have the right sightline, you can see right through the entire home. It is incredible. I got 2 women just yelling at me because I could not remember that, and I still couldn't remember it. Okay. This part of the hallway, we have an office, and we have a half bathroom and a laundry room, and then the other secondary bedrooms are behind us. So first, let's go into this half bathroom and see what's going on here. So in this half bathroom, beautiful. We have the same walnut. We have a beautiful, beautiful 12-inch edge profile for this counter surface. And this is a beautiful embedded sink, integrated sink, I should say, integrated. We usually say pivot when it comes to the edge, but this is integrated. Can't see the drain, absolutely gorgeous. Love this accent wall. This is so gorgeous. This is actually a limestone tile that they use. Beautiful pendant lights. And now this is, I know I'm weird. This is one of my favorite features of this house. It's the toilet. Check this toilet out. When you come down here, this Kohler toilet greets you. It has LED illumination. It even plays a soundtrack for you. So you don't even have to turn your phone on to hide any sounds coming out of this room. This is the craziest, coolest toilet you will ever see. I absolutely love it. Okay, coming over in this direction, we have a beautiful picture wall. Going into this area, here we have our laundry room. So this is the main laundry room, I'll say. Beautiful, beautiful quartzite counter surface, under-mount sink. And then we can talk about these cabinets. These are the only cabinets that actually have a veneer to them. These were catalytic conversion cabinets. It's a special oven treated veneer. So if you were to get anything on the cabinets, whether it's nail polish, anything, it will come right off. So very, very, very durable. Even, attention to detail, even in the tiles, you'll notice all the electrical outlets are absolutely perfectly centered vertically and horizontally. We have our washer dryer totally framed in, absolutely perfect. All right, now let's come check out the office area. Now, before we enter the office, I want to talk about something that you would never notice. So while we have a frameless edge, we have American black walnut for all the doors and the frames inside, but take a look at these hinges. These are integrated hidden hinges. And one of the things that I noticed was typically you're gonna have what, 3 hinges, maybe 4 hinges. This is very European. While the hinges are hidden, there's one on the top, one on the bottom, and one in the upper third region. So it gives you that stability, and it's also, again, more of a European touch and feature. So I thought that was really elegant. All right, coming into this area, over here on the right side, we have some cabinetry. Because this is an office, this is set up more for shelving, for office things, but you can remove the shelves, add a rod, and then this will be set up to be a bedroom and you can hang clothing. So that was a really neat forethought. Coming into the bathroom, really, really lovely. So here we have a leathered quartzite, the walnut cabinetry, beautiful accent wall made out of that same quartzite. And even here in the shower area, incredible. We have a curbless entry to the shower, a beautiful linear drain, just an incredible, incredible shower. Coming down this direction a little bit farther, now we're in the actual office area. You can see we're in the front of the property. We have a picture wall here, and this is really neat. I love this area. Here, let's swivel around this way. This is neat because let's say you do work from home, let's say you get deliveries, let's say you have people that need to visit you, you have your own exterior door, so you can segregate this office from the rest of the living space. A really, really neat idea. All right, let's go to the other side of the hallway and let's check out these other secondary bedrooms. Okay, on both sides of me, to the right and to the left, we have secondary bedrooms. Let's start off in this one. This is a little bit of the smaller one. So coming into this bedroom, 10-foot high ceilings, linear air register. We have a beautiful walk-in closet. Again, we're in the front of the property. You can see that silver travertine accent. And we even have a beautiful bathroom in here. So elongated counter surface, walnut cabinetry, beautiful marble backsplash, beautiful wall sconces. But there's a few things, again, $8 million. I want to see some features. I want to see where this money went. Even the glass is special. So this is Starfire, I believe. So if you look closely, you'll notice that the edge of the glass is not green. In fact, it's this beautiful blue. Beautiful. That's because this is Starfire glass. This is not normal glass. This is also treated, what's the name of it? Well, has a special treated coating on this glass. So even if you don't squeegee it down and you're rude like that, it will actually not leave any water spots. So that's what you get for $8 million. You get Starfire glass and special glazed Enduro Shield. I keep getting yelled at. I keep forgetting. There's a million features in this home, and I got about 98% of them, so I apologize for the Enduro Shield. Coming across the hallway, this is the larger of these 2 bedrooms, so we have a slightly larger walk-in closet. But one thing that I want to discuss is another thought. All of the bedrooms in this property are all isolated. There's no shared walls. So you have no sound protrusion from one bedroom to the other, absolute privacy, and I love that. You'll notice over here to the left, we do have a slider. This leads you right under the covered patio area. So you have perfect ingress and egress out to the pool and the patio. Love it. But now let's check out this bathroom because this is slightly different. So in this bathroom, you'll notice while elongated, now we have his and her sinks. So if you have your parents coming to town, a couple, they can get ready and have their own sink. Really, really neat. We do have that curbless entry into the shower. Of course, we have our Starfire glass, but this was kind of crazy. So in this shower, you'll notice that this marble inlay, this feather marble inlay is so perfectly fabricated. It literally took them 2 weeks just to do these 2 shower walls, 1 toothpick at a time. Incredible. All right, now that we've seen these 2 bedrooms, let's come down this area because there's something that's really, really cool that doesn't sound very cool. A common feature in this house. Everything is bespoke. So here we are in the mudroom area, right? What's so exciting about a mudroom, you ask? Well, okay, this looks like your typical wood veneer that you see on Instagram. Bryan, I am not impressed. I don't understand what the point is. Bespoke. So you come in, you have your coat, you have your hat. Who wants a hook? Who wants a hook? That's so peasant-like. Here, look at this. These slats articulate out and hide hooks. So you can put your coat, put your hat, whatever else you have. I just thought that was so cool, and I haven't ever seen that done. Now, speaking of things that you may not have seen done before, check out this garage, because this, guys, this is incredible. All right, coming into this garage, this is a 1,700-foot garage. So what, that'll fit 8 cars easily, and there's so much cool stuff in here. So one, of course, we have the obligatory epoxy floor, that's obvious. We have a utility closet there. One of the cool things about this home is that all of the utilities, so like your HVAC, your tankless water heaters, those are all exterior accessible. So if you do have service people coming to the property, they never need to enter the actual dwelling. That's incredible. We do have climate control in here, so all of your cars, all of your puppies are gonna be okay. Plenty of space. We do have EV charging plugs, so we do have NEMA 1450 plugs, one on this wall, one on this wall. But come on now, this is what we're talking about. I'm gonna get behind the car. If you love cars the way I love cars, this is one of the coolest things. So you put your baby right here. So your showpiece vehicle, you can put it here, you can see it from the backyard into the garage. So whether you're having an event, whether you just like to lust over your showpiece vehicle, everything is available for you right there. We even have a television, so even your detailer can enjoy the TV, because I know you're not. If you live in this house, you are not detailing your own car. Don't lie, I know you're not. Okay guys, we have seen almost all of this property. All that's left is to check out the primary suite, which is all the way across the house. So follow me and let's check out that primary suite. Okay guys, so now we're on the other side of the house. This vestibule area leads us into the primary suite. So through these double doors made out of walnut, once again, check out this space. So this is beautiful. So we have this accent wall, like we said before, of this silver travertine. I love that it leads out all the way into the backyard. We'll discuss that in a moment. Over here, we have our breakfast bar. So we have our refrigeration function. Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful. Now we're gonna pivot around this direction. Let's first see the primary bathroom. So on the left and the right, we have his and her wash toilets. So keep those things separate, very lovely. Let's come around this direction. The first thing you see when you come in here is this absolutely gorgeous wall of marble, perfectly book matched. Kind of looks like an alien kind of peeping at you. I don't know what that is, but very cool. Use your own imagination there. Beautiful floating bathtub, beautiful cabinetry. And then coming down here, we have his and her vanities, but they're both perfectly identical. And I love the symmetry. Beautiful, beautiful marble countertop, but I love this mirror. So while the mirror itself is beautiful and it does have a frame of LED illumination, I love what they did fabricating this backsplash right around the mirror. Again, it's those attention to detail. The more you look, the more you appreciate. I absolutely love it. Undermount sink, everything you love. We have a nice picture wall here, but let's talk about this shower. So once again, the marble wraps around completely. Coming into the shower area, really neat. So we have our Kohler valve diverter system. We have 6 body massagers, 2 shower heads. Thank you. We once again have our rainfall shower head. Over here, we have our handheld, but these are one of those things that nothing was spared, nothing wasn't thought of. While we do have this gorgeous marble bench, if you were to look underneath the bench, you'll see that this is completely and utterly wrapped. This is an entire slab of marble. Who wraps the underside of a bench? Apparently Lawrence Homes does. They do not mess around. And over here, we have our Kohler steam function. So this actually is an active steam shower. So I love, love, love that. All right, now we're gonna pivot over here and we're about to see something truly, truly, truly incredible. Ladies, go ahead, grab that glass of wine. You're gonna go crazy right about now. Welcome to the Sex and the City closet. This is absolutely insane. I love this closet. So one of the things we're gonna talk about is here we have kind of our full length body mirror, but going a little bit farther, if you press this button, you'll notice the color temperature will change. So from off to various color temperatures, depending on whatever setting you believe that you're gonna find yourself in that evening. Even over here, not only do we have one island in the closet, but we have two islands in the closet, assuming his and hers, but we even have this beautiful tufted leather seat. Absolutely gorgeous. So of course, we have custom cabinetry. All the cabinetry is illuminated. Even if you turn off all the lights, the cabinetry is still illuminated and gives it a beautiful, moody vibe to it. Just one of the greatest closets we've ever seen. We even have surround sound in the closet, so you can get dressed to a soundtrack, just like your toilet. All right, another cool function is while we do have the laundry room, we also have another laundry area here. So we have a beautiful tray area here to put your clothes, whatever. We do have our stackable LG top of the line washer dryer. But one of the neat things, you almost never see it, and I'm surprised, is here we have the LG Studio steam closet. So if you have a dress or a suit, you just throw it in there while you're getting ready. It steams it all for you. No need to actually steam something yourself. God forbid. That's why you have an $8 million property. Your closet steams it for you. All right, now I'm gonna come out of the closet. Okay, Elon, please don't stick Doge on me. Please don't cancel me for that joke, okay? It's a joke. All right, coming out of the closet, coming through the bathroom. Now let's check out the sleeping quarters. But before we get to the sleeping quarters, I kind of wanted to discuss this little area. So I absolutely love this. So it's almost an atrium, but technically an atrium has to be fully covered and it's not. But this wall featured that silver travertine all the way through to the backyard. We have that beautiful tongue and groove ceiling, tons of open air. Love, love, love how natural this space is and how much natural lighting you get. Now coming into the sleeping quarters, over here, I mentioned earlier, the whole house is on a Crestron system. There are two displays. This is one of the two displays. Another thing, this is the alarm system, but every single room in this entire house has its own thermostat. So every room has its own zone. So everyone can be very happy with their climate temperature. Welcome to the sleeping quarters, absolutely beautiful. We have our 10-foot high ceilings, our linear air registers, this beautiful, beautiful accent wall of glass leading to that not atrium area. And of course, we have this beautiful 20-foot long pocket slider that leads us into this gorgeous backyard. Guys, speaking of a gorgeous backyard, let's finish this video up by meeting me outside and let's check out what's going on in this backyard. All right, guys, welcome to the backyard. So first, we're gonna exit through that 27-foot long slider. And this is one of the best parts of that ingress and egress. So it's a seamless exit from the 36-inch Italian porcelain tile inside the domicile all the way out to this patio. Now, above us, we have that beautiful, beautiful walnut ceiling, that tongue and groove that goes right through the property. We do have surround sound, we have beautiful recessed lighting, but we're gonna start off on this side of the backyard and work our way around. There's so much to enjoy out here. So first off, over here on the left, here we have that pass-through. So once again, we have that pocket from the kitchen bar area, so you can pass your drinks, enjoy your summer action. We have seating for 4 right here at the bar top, just sensational. Over here in this direction, this was our slider coming from that secondary bedroom. But you know my favorite part, oh wait, we gotta talk about this first, guys. So much of this house that I love are in the details and it has to be explained. So how sexy is talking about a drain? I know, but we have to talk about this. This is so amazing because you don't even know that is there. That is true luxury and being bespoke. This drain is completely hidden and it perfectly integrates from the acid etched concrete that you're going to see here to that 36-inch Italian porcelain tile that goes into the property. Again, just a magnificent attention to detail. But the showstopper, here we go from the garage. So like we talked about in the garage earlier, here we have our slider system. You can showcase whatever vehicle you want. So if you did have a soiree, if you did have an event, you could have a vehicle inside the property. There's even room to pull a vehicle outside here into the backyard. So very, very unique. And for a car person like myself, what a cool option. Now over here, we have the outdoor kitchen. So this is another wonderful feature. So we have our Wolf Professional Series barbecue. We have the matching ventilation hood above it. So when you are grilling, you don't have to worry about that excess smoke. You don't have to worry about any of that smoke ruining the walnut in the ceiling. Wonderful. Kohler sink over here. Absolutely magnificent. Now over here, when we come over from the pavers and the steppers, this leads us to the pool equipment area. That has been completely sheathed, so you don't really hear much anything. It's not unsightly, a beautiful execution. We have sensational views of the entire Las Vegas Valley from here, and these views are protected. There is a height restriction on the lot behind you, so you don't have to worry about any of those views being obstructed. Now, talking about the pool, this is a wonderful pool. I love just how fresh and clean it looks. This is the maximum size that you can build a pool now, so they stretch it out as much as possible. We do have a beautiful PebbleTech surface. We do, of course, have self-cleaning pop-up heads, and we have this really large Baja shelf, so you can put as many chaise lounges as you want, enjoy, have someone pass you your drinks, have a wonderful time. It also goes from 3 feet to a depth of 5 feet, and we have this beautifully integrated jacuzzi function. So just a wonderful, wonderful execution for this pool. We're gonna pivot over this direction again. So underneath this patio cover, we do have, once again, the inclusion of that beautiful, beautiful silver travertine as this accent media wall. And this is an 85-inch display, so it gives you an idea as far as the scope and size of this area. Now, let's come down this direction a little bit farther. We're going to talk about this fire pit in a little bit. We have exposed aggregate underneath. We do have LED illumination underneath this fire pit area. But once again, coming over in this direction, how seamless is this? So this is the primary suite that we saw earlier, and you have this absolutely beautiful ingress and egress. Once again, we have that tongue and groove ceiling that just intersects right into the outdoor of the property. Now, one really neat function that we need to talk about is it's nice to have, you know, your pool bathroom so you don't have to enter into the property. Around this corner, we have a completely dedicated pool bathroom, and there is no interior access. So if you don't want people trudging into the house or having any access, they can access that bathroom completely outside. Now, stepping up into this area, this is wonderful. We have this beautiful concrete formed area where it looks like wood, so kind of that skeuomorphic look that we've talked about many times with Blue Heron. We have our aggregate area up here, and we have our fire pit. It's a little windy, so I don't need to get burned with that fire. But once again, up here you have these absolutely beautiful views from Fontainebleau all the way to downtown. Just an amazing area up here in Ascaya. Well guys, thank you so much. Special thanks to Rain11, I think it's Rain11 for forcing me to film this property. I do read your comments, and that's how this video got made, is because she kept bugging me in the comment section. So please leave comments because I do read them. Special thanks, one, to the listing agent Tyler Brady, my guy. Very much appreciate the opportunity to film this spectacular property. Thank you, Tyler. And special thanks to Tamir of Lawrence Homes. He gave me a full tour. I was able to learn a lot. They've done over 100 of these custom homes. Just a wonderful experience. So if you are looking to build a bespoke custom luxury home, I would highly suggest talking to Lawrence Homes as well. Guys, that's it for this video. So please like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Deuces.